We're so glad to have you all here presenting today at the 15th annual Mary Lou Fulton Mentored Research Conference. Today's conference is made possible by a generous grant from Mary Lou and Ira Fulton. They've invested much in our college, and it pays the chair, the Mary Lou Fulton chair, pays for the printing of all of the posters. It pays for the refreshments. It pays for the luncheon. It's a terrific resource for our college. Ira, I'd like to introduce you to our first presenter here, Nicole Booth from Minnesota. And she's in the School of Family Life. Take it away, McCall.
Yeah, so I am in the Marriage, Family, and Human Development Master's Program here. And we know that parental restrictive practices in the home can have negative influences on child outcomes. So I was interested in how child anxiety might be predicted by maternal kind of controlling practice in media. And so what we found is that yes, child anxiety is reported by children who also report that their mothers are more controlling and restrictive in how they're able to use their media. And so this just kind of implies that parents ought to allow more autonomy in that decision-making process so that children can have better outcomes.
Hi, my name is Jacob Harris. I'm a political science major from Blackfoot, Idaho. I'm testing the makeup of social capital networks, or networks of trust, in America. I find that these networks of trust are strongest in low diversity areas. The implication of this is that we're building trust between like-minded people, but not between those of different mindsets and viewpoints.
All right, so my name is Christina Hedgepeth. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm a sociology major. My project, I wanted to see if you had a mother that was in jail, were you less likely to graduate high school than if you had a father that was in jail? And my findings were that if you did have a father that was in jail, you were 30% more likely to graduate from high school than if you had a mother that was in jail. But this was not statistically significant, so there really is no difference between if you have a mother or father in jail so far as you graduating high school, and there was no differences between racial groups and your odds of graduating.
Hi Ira, this is Scott. Thank you for all your help in mentor and learning at BYU. The program is visionary. Remember when I came here 20 years ago, you set up my lab to be able to facilitate research here at BYU. I was able to bring in funding because of you. We've had thousands of students come through the lab. This experience is visionary for the students. Thank you so much for all your efforts and what you've contributed to research here at BYU.
My name is Brandon Nabrodsky. I'm originally from Canada. We're interested in the question of what affects both gender and gender stereotypes. And we found that males were significantly more likely to both blame the victim in a stalking scenario, as well as excuse the behavior of the stalker, and feel less fear towards the victim in a stalking scenario.
My name is Jake Hubbards. I'm from Marysville, Washington. I'm an anthropology major focusing in archaeology. And my research today is about how Rome may or may not have influenced Petra. Because Rome, throughout its history, influenced and could control many different places. So I essentially found that there was very little influence upon pottery production specifically in Petra, which was interesting because in other areas, Rome has been known to influence that type of thing. And so it seems that Rome was more interested in economic control than cultural influence or Romanization.
Hi, my name is Hillary Wadsworth. I'm from Provo, Utah, and I am a neuroscience major.
Hi, my name is Sarah Werner. I'm from Spokane, Washington, and I am also a neuro major, a PhD student candidate. So our question was if opioid use increases the activity of the brain in a way that interacts with stress and makes stress and addiction interact with one another and kind of makes it worse. So that's our main question.
Yeah, and so our conclusion is basically we found that addiction ends up affecting stress and making anxiety worse, which then also affects addiction. So basically they act on each other to get worse and worse.
Hi, my name is Joe Chaladurai and I'm from India. So we looked at how religion helps families practice these virtues. So I looked at love, togetherness, humility, patience, gratitude, forgiveness, and integrity. The interesting thing that we found was that religion was able to teach people how to practice these virtues and prescribe ways in how they could express these things to their families.
My
My name is Camila Alarcon. I'm from Gunnison, Colorado, and I'm studying political science with a minor in sociology. My group and I were interested in what predicted Latino turnout in the 2016 election. And what we actually found was that your partisanship takes precedent over your Latino identity, and it actually increases the likelihood of you voting for Donald Trump.
My name's DJ Belknap. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm majoring in political science. My research partner and I were interested in whether or not members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are more likely to vote for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints than members of their own party. And what we found was that as members get more religious, they're more likely to vote for someone of the opposing party who is also a member of the church than they are to vote for someone of their own party.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira. Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you so much, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.